Hello, happy Women Pharmacists Day. Do you believe you can change your mindset and make it a habit? Well, you might be surprised by the answer. Welcome to Connector Dots. These are brief, candid conversations about life, pharmacy, and healthcare for connectors and pharmavators. Today, during Mindset Monday, we are going to explore how to make a better mindset a habit for you. So I am your host, Kimber Booth. Thank you for joining me. I am connecting a little bit later tonight because I've had such a great pharmacist day between working with clients, my volunteer work, connecting with other women in pharmacy and entrepreneurs. It's been a fantastic day. And even ahead of me, I still have an event for my state, Kentucky Society of Health System Pharmacists. We're having a Women in Pharmacy networking event coming up at 8 p.m. So it's been a fantastic day for me. I hope you've had an awesome day. Again, I am your host, Kimber Booth. I'm a strategic pharmacy coach and consultant. I've been a healthcare leader, pharmacist, and entrepreneur, and I help pharmacists to advocate for roles and resources so that they can advance practice and have enjoyable, engaging careers. So as we think about mindset, first, I always like to ground us with even the definition. And when I was creating the bonus for my Pharmavation course, I did research a lot about mindset because I knew it was critical for a lot of reasons, both in terms of your success in your career, but also to deal with some of the burnout and stress that we are having, because mindset is very critical for that. So my favorite definition that I found is that mindset is a habitual or characteristic mental state that determines how you will interpret and respond to situations. So, and definitely in that definition, I like to underline the word habitual, because that for me is key, is that it's something that you can learn and practice and make it a habit, just like brushing your teeth, right? So it's important that you can train your mind, and definitely Carol Dweck has researched on this topic, and she's definitely proven that you can, train your mindset and you can have a growth mindset even if you did not have one to begin with. So I like to look at it that way. But the other key factor in the definition is it does set you up for how you respond and interpret situations. And there's something called the mindset performance loop that I like to think about. And it is a loop where you start with your mindset and then it moves to what's your attitude, how do you come across or in your head, and then your behavior, which is kind of the result of your attitude, is what comes next. That behavior is, of course, impacting the actions you're going to take, which then can impact your results and ultimately your overall performance. So that's the mindset performance loop that is so critical. And again, the key is it starts with your mindset. And so if we can master our mindset, we will be more successful and have better performance. So the quote that I often think about with mindset, and I think I just posted a visual of this as one of my quote cards, is whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford said that. So it's all in the mindset, right? This is where athletes and others do visualizations. They picture themselves winning. They visualize the end game of them winning. So what are some strategies for having an effective mindset? There's 4 ways that I have researched, and it's a lot about giving yourself self-feedback in the moment. So first, step 1 is to listen to yourself. Listen to your voice of a fixed or negative mindset. It will come across, and you want to have thought awareness and recognize when you're having negative thinking patterns. So that thought awareness, I kind of like that term, because it's easy for us to recognize things, but so many thoughts go through our head. This is why meditation is important, to kind of calm those thoughts. But throughout the day, you want to listen to yourself. And if you're hearing that negative thought, you want to then move to step 2, which is recognize that, but recognize that you have a choice. Simply put, you can control your mindset by making a decision. Only you can control it. You have a choice to have a different mindset, right? You do. It's so critical. I often admit I do succumb sometimes to, blaming others for, or like my husband especially, right? Like if I'm in a bad mood or I feel like he's upset me for something and I feel like he did it on purpose. I'm probably giving away too much information here, but I realize though at the end of the day, it's not about him. It's about how I'm responding. It's about my mindset about that topic. And I have a choice about how I respond. So that does move us to step 3, which is to challenge that negative or many times fixed mindset. If you start to hear yourself having those fixed negative thoughts, like I'm not smart enough, remember to believe in your abilities, that they can be developed, and you can have a growth mindset or a more positive mindset from where you're at. When it comes to this growth mindset versus a negative, small-minded mindset, or fixed mindset, that phrase that comes to my mind is one of my favorite mentors is Marie Forleo, and one of her quotes, and she's ultimately written a book about this, is everything is figure-outable. So keeping in mind that if you have this kind of fixed mindset, like you're not good enough, you can't do something, just remember everything is figure-outable, and understand that you can change that mindset. And that just really leads to the last step, which is to take action. Practice those more positive mindsets for yourself and help others around you. So when you see your spouse, your kids, your teammates at work, your staff, help them and encourage them through learning and open discussion. So there's different types of mindsets out there. And obviously the most common one that's discussed that Carol Dweck has researched is kind of this fixed mindset where you don't feel you can accomplish things, to a growth mindset where you feel like you can learn things, you're capable. Those folks who practice a growth mindset are more successful. Other things that I think of is kind of having a closed mindset to an open, having a victim mindset to being a creator, a powerless mindset to being empowered, a reactive mindset to being proactive, unaccountable to accountable, and my favorite, because of my word of the year last year, is timid to being bold. So now it's your turn. Identify an area where you can improve on your mindset, which of course is probably impacting, again, if you think about that feedback loop, the attitude and behaviors and actions that you're showing to others. This is a lot about how do you show up. And what we don't have time to talk about today, but your mindset is so critical. And I've talked before about the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, Joy in Work. And if we think about our mindset and approach some of the negativity I don't want to say negativity, but the negative situations that we're dealt with, right? It is tough working in healthcare. So if we practice a positive mindset, remember and think about why we're there, we can manage the stress a lot better. So I want to invite you to join me for future live Connector Dots. They are usually between the 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern Time hour, just a little bit later tonight. I encourage you to go to my website at kimberbooth.com/connect, sign up for my email list so I can alert you when these are going to be happening. And I'm also creating a portal within my online community for members to access these recordings, since I know it's hard to catch some of them live, and you'll be the first to hear about important things that I'm releasing to help us advance healthcare and pharmacy practice. So I leave you with be bold, be a connector, advance healthcare and pharmacy practice. Thank you so much. Happy Women Pharmacist Day. Have a wonderful Pharmacist Month. Take care.